What about Bon Jovi? Is that... I feel like it's a band that everyone knows because there are a couple of really popular songs from the 80s, and then they mellowed out and they kind of fell off the edge of obscurity, which is a cool name for a metal album. So write that down. Edge of obscurity. You're not writing anything down.
I can't move.
Nah, that's fair. So I wanted to talk about Bon Jovi, but specifically like the trend that happens with old 80s bands when they start getting older and they stop being able to perform the way that they used to and shift their musical styles. Because it happens with a lot of bands that we had listened to on like old radio stations, like old rock radio stations like 97.9 The Loop, or I don't think The Drive really played a whole lot of classic rock, but you know, it was just the shit that we were listening to in middle school.
Yeah.
You know, so before we even dive into the life of Bon Jovi, do you have any thoughts about like their music in general?
I mean, I've never met like a big fan. You know, like who the hell out there is like John Bon Jovi for life, getting tattoos. I mean, of course there's people out there, but it's like, it's just one of those bands where it's like, yeah, I'll just get the greatest hits, I guess.
Yeah. Bonus Mom Amber?
I mean, my dad had Slippery When Wet. I've heard the album.
Yeah. People like Slippery When Wet.
That's because that has Living on a Prayer and Wanted Dead or Alive, I think.
And I think it has You Give Love a Bad Name, too.
Yes, it does. Which, Wanted Dead or Alive does have the coolest intro ever.
Yeah.
Rivaled only by Foreplay by Boston.
Oh, yeah. Dude, we gotta talk about Boston sometime.
Yeah, both of those. Oh, that acoustic intro, man, is so good.
Yeah. It was definitely one of those songs that, like, if you got an acoustic guitar and you looked up, like, top acoustic guitar songs to learn, that was on the list. Absolutely it was. 100%.
Yeah, and then, like, they had Living on a Prayer in Guitar World Tour,
yeah,
which I played. Mall Cop uses Runaway in a scene that I always think of when I ever hear that song.
Yeah.
But, like, yeah, dude, it's just... I don't know. I'd never go see them live, definitely. You know?
I would probably only see them live if they were opening for someone else.
So if you're, like, forced to.
Yeah, basically. Well, I know... So I know people, specifically my mom and then my other mom, bonus mom Amber, that are both really into Bon Jovi, or at least were really into Bon Jovi at some point. Specifically the phase of their careers where they sort of transitioned to more, I don't even want to say country rock, but if you listen to, what's the song? Who Says You Can't Go Home by Bon Jovi. That is a country rock song, if I've ever heard one. And what's weird is that seems to be the trend for like a lot of artists as they get older, specifically like rock artists. Like there's just something about country music that rides the line of like rock and easy accessible pop, you know, with like big choruses and catchy melodies and stuff, and choruses that you can sing along to. And like obviously not every band from the 80s has done that. Like I don't know, Metallica never really did that fully. Like the only times that they ever did
Mama said.
There you go.
So.
Yeah.
Yeah, like the covers, you know, Turn the Page and shit.
Yeah. And but Bon Jovi was one of the biggest bands when I was growing up that really did that. Because, like I said, my mom was a huge fan. She got the CD, Have a Nice Day, that had It's My Life on it. And, like, It's My Life isn't very, like, country rock, but I don't know. It kind of was, like...
Sounds like a boy, like, I can hear, like, the Backstreet Boys doing that.
Yeah, me too.
It's my life. You know, like four backup singers, you know?
Yeah.
I can hear it.
It's now or never.
Yeah, it's a boy band.
I ain't gonna live forever.
That's a boy band song.
I just want to live while I'm alive.
Also, every
what
time...
a dumb fucking line. I just want to live while I'm alive? What else are you going to do? You fucking idiot. That's still being alive.
That's true.
Yeah.
No, but Steve-O really hates Bon Jovi.
Steve-O? Didn't you go see Steve-O live?
I did see Steve-O live.
What does he hate about Bon Jovi? What kind of beef does he have with John?
Well, because he grew up like you know, the 80s, like metal dude.
Yeah.
Like Motley Crue and shit. And I don't know, there's a clip on YouTube of him talking about some of those bands.
Mm-hmm.
And about how, like, John Bon Jovi was kind of a cunt or something. I forget specifically what he did, but he was like, fuck Bon Jovi. And I was like, oh, damn.
Huh. That's big words.
Apparently he's an asshole, but I don't know.
Sure. I mean, I wouldn't be surprised if news came out and, like, half of those artists, like, half of musical artists in general are probably huge assholes. Just like half of real-world people are assholes. So, look to your left and look to your right. One of those
good
people.
posture.
Is it? I was gonna say
According
one
to
of
Filthy Frank, it is.
Oh.
Look to your left. Look to your right. Well, I'll be damned. That's some good posture.
I was just gonna say one of those people is an asshole, statistically speaking. Come on.
Well, there's no one to my left, but Vanessa's to my right.
There's no one to my right, but Vanessa's on my...
Vanessa's the asshole.
Vanessa's the asshole. I mean, technically, from where she's sitting, one of us is on the left and one of us is on the right.
Well, yeah.
Fuck you!
Who's it gonna be?
I'll be the asshole. I'll take the bullet. Anyway, not to get too off topic, but I don't know, man. I am not here for the countrification of old metal bands, and like, I would say that like to a certain degree, like Bon Jovi was a hair metal band.
Absolutely.
Yeah. So like, I don't know. It's just weird. It's weird to see because it hasn't really ever happened with any. I would say rock artists nowadays they won't mellow out, but they'll transition to more like pop music, you know, like, and there's like still soft pop, which was
because it's like, what, you're gonna be 70 out there talking about fucking sex and shit still? Like,
right.
Get out of here, man.
Yeah, it's a little weird. Like, sometimes you're an artist like Paul McCartney, where you're writing music in your prime that's like not about that sort of stuff, you know, so you can still like get away with singing it as an adult because like the music has more substance, you know. But yeah, man, I can't imagine half the pop artists that are around today like performing in their 60s and 70s
like,
and still.
I think it's funny when like Metallica plays like Whiplash or something now.
Yeah.
You know, talk about trashing hotel rooms. It's like, no.
You have kids, man.
That's why I don't think Kill 'Em All really holds up that well.
No.
Just because it's like, it's teenager rock.
Yeah.
And you can't be still doing that.
Yeah.
In your 60s. Otherwise, it's weird.
Yeah. So like to a certain degree, I understand why it happens, but it's just weird to see. But like, hey, man, if it reinvigorates your career, then by all means, switch genres. Even if it's to country, I just think it's funny that so many artists from the 80s specifically, like, or like even the 70s, like we were talking, like Robert Plant did like an album with Alison Krauss, who's like I wouldn't even say country, but she's like a folk singer. So there's plenty of artists that gravitate towards softer music. And I guess if you're used to the guitar, softer music for a while just meant acoustic guitar. And if you still wanted big anthems, you would do country. But yeah, man, Runaway, Living on a Prayer, You Give Love a Bad Name. The song Bed of Roses, the band Hinder did a cover of, and I remember unironically really liking their cover of Bed of Roses.